And we're recording. Hello, everybody. Welcome to What's Up with Wrestling, fucking the Buzztalk podcast. I'm joined, as always, by the lovely Jessica Jackson.
And as always, you forget the name of our podcast.
We haven't done it in a while, that's why.
That is true. We've been slacking a little bit.
No, well, we haven't been slacking. We didn't have a MacBook Charger because your one broke.
Yes.
Did you kick it? Originally.
Did you kick it?
Yes,
I
you can.
did.
Yes, you did, because we know.
Actually, I think what happened. I think you'll find that I actually tripped over it and pulled it out the wall.
Yeah.
And it dropped on the floor.
Okay.
And yeah.
Was it the same one that a dog ate?
No.
That was the one before, was
it?
it? Yeah, that was the one before that we never got compensated back for. All right. Just airing out dirty laundry right here because I'm annoyed. But also too, just because it's Mexico, they made it really, really hard for us to source a MacBook Pro charger, and then we got it, and it was the wrong one, so we had to take it back.
Do you know what though? The guy who got it for us, who's really great.
Yeah, Fix Met.
Fix
Met.
He's a really good guy. He always helps us with stuff.
He gave us that free thing. Oh, he cleaned my iPhone for free.
He did.
That was nice.
Yeah. Because it was a mess. No.
Yeah, it was when he cleaned. Because I was like, why is this not charging? I thought the port was gone. Then he pulled the biggest clump of hair, of blonde, long hair out of my fucking charger port.
Oh, here we go. Your blonde hair gets everywhere.
It does. It does. Though. It does. That's a real thing that happens. What have we been up to in the weeks that we've been away from this podcast? Well, let me tell you. Actually, I don't remember. I don't know. You've got your US work visa now. That's pretty exciting. So this is a call to all US promoters or to fans that want to see Jessica Jackson live in action in the US of A. She now is available for bookings in the United States and or America.
That was very nice. Thank you.
Well, I need you to make money for us. This feels like a real stress relief right now.
I know.
It's been a long month.
Yeah, we've been building up to this for a while.
Yeah, we needed to come on here and just vent our little hearts out, get things off our chest.
Just a little therapy session for us.
Yeah, let me put the timer on so we know how long we're going. Yeah. Just because otherwise we'll bloody go over. You know us when we bloody get started.
Just talk. It's terrible.
It's terrible. So first question that I have on the agenda: can you do a British accent but speaking Spanish?
I think Scouse goes quite well.
Yeah.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Todo bien.
Way. Todo bien way. Is that right? I don't know. Yeah, well that.
Sí, todo bien way.
Let me do a New Zealand accent in Spanish. Hola, bro. It's just bro at the end of everything. Hola, bro. ¿Cómo estás, wey?
That's actually real sick. That's real sick. Try and do Irish. Hola. 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 Yo quiero... No, I don't know. Oh, I need to get into my Irish accent.
Yo quiero patatas. Yo quiero patatas, wey.
Why did I do my Irish?
I can do it pretty well in Spanish.
I need my Irish accent. Yo quiero potatoes.
Patatas, wey.
Potatoes, wey. Yo quiero papas a la francesca.
That's pretty good. All right, fucking moving on. Who cares?
This is what we get. That's what we get on our day to day.
Yeah. So you've already done a show in so you got that first week that you got your work visa, your US work visa. You actually did a show in Houston.
Yeah.
For the company.
It's with a wrestler called
Black Star.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's at the Houston Premier Arena, Coliseum of Houston.
Is it where Loco Wrestling runs out of?
That is. All right,
come a little closer.
Quite far away.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. That was pretty cool that you got a date straight off the bat. Who did you wrestle?
It was me, Hiedra, and Baby Fat.
Baby Fat.
I think, or I think something like that.
PHAT.
I can't remember.
Baby Fat.
Maybe.
What the fuck is that name?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's kind of- yeah.
contra.
Yeah.
Contra means against.
It means against, yeah.
Hola. Contra. It doesn't work. Against Morgana,
Mhm,
Diosa Kitzel,
mhm.
and La Spooky.
Spooky.
Yeah.
La Spooky.
La Spooky.
LA Spooky.
Yes.
These
Yes.
names. La Spooky. The Spooky.
Yes.
Wow. Fuck.
Lucha Libre.
Oh, what is happening here?
Just minimize that. Minimize it. Don't freak out. It's okay. It's
Please
okay.
cut it. 'Cause the thing is, it's so temperamental. Like when I turned my headphones off the other day, and it just stopped the recording. Yeah. Anyway, so that was great that you got to go to Houston, and here's to many more adventures in the land of the free.
And the home of the brave.
I'm hoping to maybe get my visa soon as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, May has been pretty not that eventful, and I think that's before all of Mexico at the moment. We've had a few shows. Casito was one. No, not Casito. Lobo Negro show. Did we talk about that last time?
Maybe.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, and then you had a pretty busy weekend this weekend. Finally.
I did.
Yes, you did.
did.
You wrestled in Guadalajara on the first night.
See.
And you wrestled Doce Tormenta.
Yeah. In a one-on-one.
How was it?
It was good. It was very good.
Very good.
Yeah. Very, very good. What I will say, the ring was great.
Fuck. Oh.
Was great. There was an actual canvas.
I'll get
like
onto that in a
proper
sec. Don't
canvas.
worry about that.
Good ropes.
Yeah.
I just really appreciate those things because normally in Mexico the rings are terrible.
Mhm.
So that was great. Great match, fun time, crowd were great. Yeah, just good.
And that was from Impacto Promotions, wasn't it?
Impacto. Yeah.
Impacto. And then the next day you were in fucking hell, Monterrey.
Yes.
And you wrestled. It was you and Tiffany versus India CU.
Yeah.
And Dulce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice little bloody tour for the weekend.
Yeah, it was fun.
India got hurt.
India got hurt, which I felt really bad about. But so she lifted me up for a power bomb, and her back just went, and she kind of fell.
Just accordioned herself underneath you, like a cartoon character.
I am quite heavy. I don't think a lot of girls realize this, but I am quite heavy now.
Quite dense.
I'm quite dense. So I don't know if, she was expecting my weight, or I think she actually tried to overlift me, and then
you probably just she probably got you up pretty well,
and then she did.
You went too far over her head.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and she just didn't.
Yeah. So there was that, which obviously sucks because you don't want anyone to get hurt in the match.
Yeah.
And then the match was just easy, very Mexican match, very lucha style. Fun. I just tried to enjoy it. It's whatever.
Yeah, and then I on the weekend had La Nueva Lucha Libre GC. No wait, do I have this right? No, GPCW Grand Prix Championship Wrestling, which I didn't know that's what it was called. I thought it was just La Nueva.
Yeah, I thought it was like Super X.
And it's Juventud Guerrera's promotion. You guys might remember him from WCW. He had a lot of WCW legends on the card. He had Villano was there. He had Halloween was there. The main event was Dr. Wagner and Blue Demon versus him. I wrestled a guy called Negrite and let me find the card because I don't remember.
Super Halson, I think it's called.
That the guy that I wrestled.
Yeah. Super Halson.
That wasn't his name. I think it was a different guy.
Oh, was it?
He was from CMLL. He was an old. Maybe it was. Oh, I don't know. It is. Yeah, that is. I think.
Halson.
Soriano.
Jr.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway, so I wrestled them for. It was supposed to be some eliminator match for a shot at the title or something. But it was good. The crowd was really good. It was at Arena San Juan Pantitlán. The place was packed, of course.
The crowd loved you.
Well, they hated me, but in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah, I literally I came out, and you know what I'm like. Sometimes I have no energy. But as soon as I came out, I kind of just like raised because it's like tiered seating. Like I just kind of raised my head to like all the people, and they just started like fucking like raining boos on me.
Awesome.
I was like, oh shit, okay, cool.
I don't know if like some of the people there were from the crowd last time we worked at San Juan.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But it was the same thing. We got a lot of heat quite quickly and quite easily.
Yeah.
So
that arena's a little like hard sometimes because I think they love the characters, and like sometimes when like because I watched a lot of the matches, when the moves are hitting, they're not really connecting with the fans, and it's like okay, but they love just to boo and cheer and fucking do whatever, you know.
They love the crowd work.
They love the crowd work and stuff like that. So it was a little weird, but like match was fine. The only thing that I will say, coming back to your fucking thing about canvases, it was a plastic canvas. This is the thing I can't understand with Lucha Libre. They do the most incredible moves on the worst canvases, and when those canvases get wet, those plastic ones, it's impossible to fucking like get traction and do things safely. There was like a lot of times we like kept slipping over on kicks, and yeah, it's I don't understand why. I guess maybe plastic's cheaper here. I don't know.
Do you know what's funny?
Yeah.
You know, there's a guy in our gym who always comes up and says hello to us.
That old guy?
The old guy, yeah.
Well, not the older guy.
The older guy. And he came up to me today. He
Yeah.
was just leaving the gym, and he came up to me and he said hello. And he was like, how was your matches over the weekend?
He was speaking English as well. He was speaking English to me today.
What was he?
But it's because he was trying to.
Okay.
But like, I've never heard him speak English to us.
Yeah, he can speak a little English.
Yeah, he was like, "Hello, how was your show?" Like,
Yeah.
I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, I can speak Spanish.
He was speaking Spanish to me.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, yeah. So he said that he saw he asked how my matches were.
Yeah.
And then he saw your match.
Did he?
On socials,
Uh-huh.
and he said it must have been hard because the canvas was really slippy.
Yeah.
He made that comment.
Yeah. Fucking hell! Like everything, I was trying to wipe my shoes off during the match. The whole time, it looked like I was like rubbing my foot, but I was really just trying to get the sweat off it. It's just hard though, and especially when you want to do like high flying stuff, and like we had a lot of like big spots, and it just
It's more as well when you just want to go hard.
Yeah, well,
you want
that
to
was the
tackle
thing.
something with intensity, and then you can't run with intensity because you know you're going to fall over if you do.
Yeah, and that's the same with like in those Monterrey arenas, like the Arena Mezquital.
Yeah.
Like I had that match with Baby Extreme and stuff, and Ricky and Eric, and we're just slipping around the fucking places.
Everything's really tentative.
Yeah.
Your footing.
But the most annoying thing about it is I've wrestled in canvases like that before, but the problem is people tell you beforehand, oh, the canvas is really slippery, so it's in my mind. Now I can't fucking wrestle as hard, so it's in my mind. You know what I mean?
This is what I do. Someone will tell me that, and I'll go, okay. And then I'll go out, and I'll forget that they've told me that. And then I'll get in the ring, and then I'll slip, and I'll be like, oh, that's right. The canvas is slippy.
But yeah. I don't know.
That last show that we worked for his promotion as well, the ring wasn't set up right, so it was a proper canvas.
It was a proper canvas, but
like
it was
still slippy.
The thing was, it wasn't tied down properly, so it was like slipping over the mats underneath it. And fucking hell, that was just as dangerous as well. I kept slipping because I was like, oh yeah, it's sweet, it's fine.
Because you feel secure when you're walking on it, and then all of a sudden your feet go.
It slipped under me, yeah. So fucking hell.
I was watching some clips back of it, tagged in some clips, and you can see how slow I'm running. Yeah. And it's like,
then you'll see like a fan underneath. Why is she running so slow?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you. How dare you?
She's good, she's just quite slow.
Yeah. Why doesn't she run with intensity? No, go away. So that was but the show was fine. It was great. It was super hot, super sweaty. And I think that was probably it.
Yeah, I think that's a good all-round update.
What else have we been doing? We've been training with CMLL most weeks. Yeah. With Tony Salazar.
We've been training real hard in the gym too.
Training really hard in the gym.
I'm dead. I'm literally dead today.
Dog screaming in the background.
Anyway, up with the energy. Fuck me, mum. You just went on such a downward spiral then.
It's only because I've spoken to him about the dogs.
I know.
And it became an issue. And now they're still screaming, and it's like, oh, cool, man. Just apologize. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Who cares? We carry on with the show. It beats you down after a while, you know? You feel really low after a while.
Do you know what? I love Mexico, but it's such a place. I don't know if I've said this before, but when you're having a bad day,
it can get on top of you.
It makes your day 10 times worse.
Yeah.
You know, like
nothing's like different. It's just how it is. Like people are on top of you. It's really fucking hot all the time.
Yeah. Well, there's a heat wave at the moment.
There's a heat wave at the moment as well. Yeah.
The thing is, it's like when you're having a good day and someone shouts "Wera, wera" at you in the street.
Pinche weirdos.
Yeah, you just kind of brush it off. You're like, I'm not letting anything wreck my day.
That means white girl and white boy.
Yeah.
Weirdo is white boy.
Yeah.
White and weirdo is white girl.
Freddie told me it actually means more blonde person than
really?
white. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense because like a lot of blonde friends that we have, like Carmen and
stuff.
Yeah,
they'll say.
They say it to her.
Yeah. But when you're having a bad day and you're walking in the street and then all of a sudden, like, literally, I can't even express to you how frustrating it is. Like, the other day I was having a bad day over something. Yeah. And then there was those, like, garbage men. I don't know why I said garbage. I'm not American. The bin men. Bin men. Basura hombres. Yeah. They, like, started shouting "where" at me, and then they were shouting some other stuff. Yeah. And, like, I was like, this is what really frustrates me. Yeah. Because it's like, I don't even feel like when we're having a good day, it's fine. But when I'm having a bad day and I feel like I can't even walk down the street and be left alone, like, it feels...
Especially if I'm not there as well.
Well, here's the thing. I don't walk down the street without you there. Yeah. I get an Uber to the gym. Yeah. Like, it's a lack of freedom. But then also, when you do walk down the street, and even when I'm with you and people are shouting at me, it's like it's so claustrophobic. Mm-hmm. It's so suffocating sometimes.
The thing that I hate, that I see that happens to you all the time, is when, like, guys just start, like, blowing kisses.
Yeah,
blowing kisses or, like, licking their lips and shit.
It's all of
But I'm,
stuff.
like, right there, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
and then they're like, oh. And then it's like they never even saw me.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking straight at them, and they're like, oh, fuck, sorry.
Or they stare at me and they go, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. It's like, but
all those guys that, like, completely get out of your way.
Yeah.
Like, here you go, my lady.
Yeah.
You pass on through.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the joke of it all. I'm, like, in joggers. Yeah. Like, I've not brushed my hair. I've not got any makeup on. Yeah. I'm looking the roughest I look. I'm sweating because of the heat. Yeah. And I've got such a bitch face on my face. Yeah. And they're still like, wow, hermosa.
All right. Yeah. Talk yourself up, why don't you?
I'm not talking myself up. I'm trying to say I look like an absolute mess. Yeah. What is happening? I'm trying not to draw attention to myself.
Yeah, but that's why I walk in front of you, because I don't want to be seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, exactly. It's embarrassing. Yeah. It's embarrassing. I look like I've been living on the streets for the past 2 weeks, you know? Okay. Intentionally don't wear deodorant to repel... No, I'm joking. I do wear deodorant.
Okay, moving on. On that note, that would be the title of the episode, Jess doesn't wear deodorant. No. I think we'll
you do that to me.
I think it'll probably be like Spanish, accents. You know what I'm talking about. I'll figure it out later. Okay, moving right along. What questions do we have to bloody divulge into today?
I've got some.
Go into the mailbag and read it out.
Okay.
The first question's by, who is it? Un beso me 69. What the hell? Excuse me.
I'm just gonna read these off. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Just go one at a time. No, I will, but just say whatever comes straight to your head. No,
yeah, go on.
Just lightning right. I don't know.
Let's go.
Okay, what is one thing that annoys you in professional wrestling / lucha libre?
Fuck. Dave Meltzer. No.
Can I say something? Because it kind of goes back to the show on Saturday.
Okay.
Not saying sorry if you injure someone, or even if you don't injure someone, like something happens.
Yeah. Like,
there's just such a thing. Well, that I've experienced here, especially.
No, I know what you're saying, because you spend a lot of your time in lucha libre, but like it is a fucking widespread thing.
It is a widespread thing. It happens everywhere.
So just the thing for me, like, not saying sorry in wrestling is the fucking, like, the worst thing. If you hurt somebody by mistake, just say sorry. Don't say it was their fault. don't say anything. They're probably already fucking feeling bad enough that the move botched or whatever, you know? And at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything to fucking say sorry or I fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
It's the thing I fucking hate. Like, people just, like, they have to, so for example, like, you know, some things go wrong here and there, and I know people are feeling insecure about it, and that's fucking fine because, you know, we're all learning. I'm still learning. You're still learning. The fucking veterans of this business are still learning, you know?
Yeah.
It's fine to fuck up things, but like the problem is coming back and blaming the other person immediately just because you're insecure. That's the thing I fucking oh, this is probably my pet peeve actually. One of them that you asked this. And it's just like, at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is put on a performance and do a great job. If one of us fucks up, it doesn't matter. Say sorry, move on. I don't want to have any hard feelings coming out of a match with me. You know, if I genuinely fucking like hit you like really fucking hard, that's on me, right? Like on the
Yeah.
weekend, I kicked one of the guys in the head so fucking hard, and I went. The first thing, as soon as he came through, I didn't care about the match.
Yeah.
I just went, "Hey, dude, I'm real
Yeah.
fucking sorry
Yeah.
about that." He goes, "No." Thankfully, he was like, "You should have fucking kicked me harder. That was great." I was like, "Oh,
Okay.
all right."
Yeah,
dude." but yeah, I was like. But yeah, I was like, because it doesn't matter. It takes nothing out of my fucking. It doesn't cost me anything just to say sorry, and we move on, and we fucking go to the next match.
Well, it's like on Saturday as well, and that girl injured herself.
Yeah.
Now, everyone was telling me that it wasn't my fault and going, I hope you don't think it's your fault. It's just one of those things. It's an accident. It happened. But the first thing that I did when I got to the back is I went to her and I was like, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I'm at fault or not.
Yeah.
The kind, polite thing to do is to say that you're sorry. Even the sorry that the accident happened, that it occurred, things went wrong in general, just a sorry. But the trouble is, I think there's a culture, and it goes to the other person as well, that when you say sorry, then that blame is put on them. So then they don't want to say sorry because like somebody feels like they're going to be blamed unfairly as well. Do you know?
Yeah,
like,
I know what you're saying, because it's kind of a little bit of the culture here as well. It's like, if you
Yeah.
concede and you're the one that's in the wrong, then they have some sort of like hierarchy
Hierarchy
power over you.
power.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be like that. It should just be like, oh, thank you for caring enough to say that.
Yeah, because if somebody says sorry to me for something, I'll go, like, for the most part, I'll go, oh no, don't worry, or you know, something was on me as well,
Yeah.
or something. Because again, I think that's just the polite thing to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think everybody has. Again, not saying that I'm like.
Do you know what I think it is? I think this problem stems from the nature of the business as a whole. And what I'm talking about is, like, if you hurt somebody, or if something goes wrong, or if you're unprofessional or whatever, like, people will talk backstage about you.
Yeah.
So, you know, you don't want to be the one that's in the wrong,
Yeah.
because you don't want to get shit talked about and that you're a fucking dangerous person and this and that, and it might hurt your opportunities in the long run. You might not get booked at that certain place again. So people would much rather just be like, oh, it was your fault, or get insecure about it, than actually just be like, oh, do you know what, fuck it, I fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I've literally tried to, and I'm fucking sure somebody's probably listening, going, "Hey, this motherfucker is talking shit, like he's wrong." But I've always tried to hold my hands up when something's went wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and there's been times where the other person's been very adamant that it was me, and in my head I knew it wasn't, so I just went, "Okay, man, cool, that's it,
Yeah.
that's fine."
Yeah.
Like, but again, it's not the argument to have. Who cares? Pick your battles. You don't have to have an argument with somebody there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But everybody, especially here as well, people get so fucking wound up when, like, there's like a slight against them. Like, when something happens against them, they feel like really fucking wronged. It's like, it's almost like they want that power play.
Yeah.
Like, say sorry to me so I can fucking be like a vet on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Give you advice.
Come closer to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And try and give you advice or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's the fucking other big one. Hey, well, actually, that's probably a fucking pet peeve that I probably hate in all wrestling, is people coming up to you and giving you advice unsolicited.
Yeah.
Like, I will always, and you've seen me, I go up to everybody,
Every single person
in my match,
Every
and
single
I'll go,
person.
"Hey man, what do you think?" Especially when I first came to, any scene that I go into, like, if I feel like that person has value, or they can offer me some awesome fucking advice for this scene specifically, especially in Lucha Libre, where it's kind of hard to figure out.
And it's very different.
Yeah, and it's very different. Like, I'll go up to them and be like, "Hey man, like, can you please give me some consejo, give me some feedback, whatever."
Yeah.
And you know, and like that that's free information that you can take from people. But it's the ones that come up to you and go, you need to do this. You need to be like that. You need to fucking do this with your gear. You need to do this with your hair. Or whatever the fuck it is, you know? And you're like, man, fuck, like, you have no idea
Yeah.
what you're talking about, you know? For the most part, there's so many people that just go, maybe you should do your fucking cannonball like this. What are you talking about, dude? I do it like the way that I do it, and the crowd react. Don't fucking give me unsolicited advice.
But you'll find those people, like,
Yeah.
if it's somebody who is a genuine, like, legend in the business,
Oh, yeah.
and you can
course.
see that they're coming to you with pure good intentions, and they'll take you to one side, and you know that it's coming from a good place, that is one thing. A very different thing to that is somebody who's maybe, I don't want to sound disrespectful when I say this, but somebody who maybe is like a referee, or somebody who's
But also, just to go off there, like there is like I'm not saying you can never give advice. Like that's not what I'm saying. Like
no, not at all.
if you genuinely think that maybe somebody's doing something dangerous or maybe something that they can improve on, oh, just what or something they can improve of, go up to them and say, "Hey, man, can I give you advice?
Yeah, yeah,
Can I get? Because I think I've seen something that maybe you've missed. Because again, we're not all experts on this. We're all still figuring it out, and that's something that like I try and do as well. Like, hey, man, I don't mean to like I don't want to be rude about it, and I'm sure there's fucking cases where I've gone up to someone and been like, you need to fucking do this. Probably when I was younger because I was stubborn and stupid, but like. Yeah, you just need to go, hey man, can I just give you some advice? They'll usually say yes, and they can. And here's the thing, they'll either take it or they won't.
yeah.
And it's not on you to fucking see it, like you to then like like the 2 shows later go, why haven't you fucking think my advice? Either they take it or they don't, and
And
then
then
you
the
go,
ball's in
okay,
their
cool,
court.
whatever, balls in their court.
The thing is, the reason why I say referee is because I've got a memory of a referee coming up to me after my match and saying, "You need to do your finisher, like you need to like lift them up higher." And it's like, dude, I do the pedigree. Like you,
What are you talking
fucking
about?
Triple H got that over for however many years he was wrestling in WWE, like
Yeah,
as a fucking amazing finisher. So like,
yeah,
oh, I just need to do angel wings like everybody else does for it to be stronger. It's like that's a memory that I have quite strongly in my mind. But like, for example, with that move, one, I know that it is seen as like a strong move because of what
yeah,
Triple H has made it to be. But also, there's been several things that have gone into that as well. When I started doing that move, no other girl did it.
yeah,
And a lot of people said that to me, you should do this move because I've not seen any other girl do it. So I started doing it, back in like 2019, 2020, not long after I started.
yeah,
And then I do it as well because I can do it with anybody.
yeah.
So there are reasons why I do this move, why I like doing it. So then when someone just comes along and it's like, you need to do it like this, but they don't
Yeah.
understand the thought process that I've gone through.
But it's not even that either. It's just like who are you to give that advice?
Well, exactly.
Like I know he's a referee, whatever, but like also like in Mexico, finishes usually don't like the actual. For some reason, a lot of moves don't really like go over that well with crowds,
Yeah.
unless you've got like a pretty good like marky kind of like good like
Finish.
no like a good crowd that's like kind of switched on.
Oh,
But if it's more of a general audience, any kind of finish doesn't really like elicit the pop.
Yeah.
The win elicits the pop.
yeah.
So I'm like, if you've only refereed here in Mexico, who the fuck are you to tell me like
Yeah.
what you know?
And the thing is, if I can understand if you're a referee that has been in the business for 20 years,
Yeah.
you've been in refereeing in Consejo or you've been wrestling in AAA and you've seen a lot and experienced a lot, then I understand you might actually have some good advice to impart.
Yeah.
But again, it just goes with being respectful as well.
Yeah, I don't know. That just seems like a weird fucking like. So, also, another thing on advice as well. People just like to give advice, even though it's not right sometimes, just because they
Yeah.
want to give advice
Yeah, well, that's
and
what it
put
felt.
themselves in a hierarchy.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
That's another fuck. God, there's too many. Like we need to speak about pet peeves. There's too many. There's people like that as well that like just try and give you advice, and like it's really come from nowhere. It's only like just they materialized it just because they need to say something to give you a fucking, to put a hierarchy on you.
Remember that girl that hit me over the head with a steel chair?
Yeah.
And then she didn't say sorry.
Yeah.
And then, and cut my head open.
And you had to get stitches.
And no, I didn't get stitches.
What'd you get?
He Chicalin.
Yeah.
He just cleaned it up for me. He
It was
didn't give
pretty
me
deep,
stitches.
though,
It
wasn't
was quite big. It bled a lot. But she hit me over the head whilst I wasn't looking with the chair.
Yeah.
Didn't say sorry, and then proceeded to try and tell me like how I need to
Take a chair shot.
take a chair, but completely forgetting that she hit me over the head when my back was turned,
Yeah.
and it was as I was turning around
Mm.
that she was already coming at me with the chair,
Mm.
and just fucking clonked the metal bit of the chair on the side of my head.
Yeah.
Like it goes back to both things that we said.
Yeah.
Like, one, just say sorry because you've cut my head open with a chair.
Yeah.
And
then
two,
out of
and
out
then
of insecurity, she's come up and been like, "Hey, you need to do this."
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Whereas I should have been like, "Hey, you need to not hit people around the chair with that when they're fucking
Around the chair with your head. Yeah, but
God.
like, yeah, I'm fucking out. Like again though, again, wrestling's like, you when you're wrestling, you're like riding that borderline of insecurity anyway. You're like worried about what you're doing, and sometimes, especially when you're younger in wrestling, like you can get really like excitable. I don't know if she was young or how much experience she had in the business, but like I haven't seen her anywhere else. But like, yeah, so I can just imagine she got excited in the moment, clocked you with the chair, felt bad about it because you were bleeding, and then just tried to like cover it up a little bit
Yeah.
almost. So I can see where it comes from. It was like that guy that fucking when I did that for Sarah Brothers show, and I wasn't even looking, and he like tried to brain me with that chair,
Yeah.
and it was like the easiest match, and he just picked up a steel chair and tried to fucking like literally take my head off.
Do you think chairs are unnecessary in a match?
Well, of course, but like, so like in Mexico, like this is not for good or for bad. There's no rules essentially in a
Yeah.
match. You can
Yeah.
do whatever the fuck you want. Go
Yeah.
into the crowd, blah blah blah. The thing is, what wrestlers all over don't understand is that when you bring these objects into the ring, you're kind of escalating the violence. So if you've got a fucking like plain back end planned with no chairs, it's like you've already kind of escalated it to like
Yeah.
massive,
Yeah.
like to a fucking chair. Like what
Yeah.
are you especially here? But
Yeah.
obviously Lucha Libre doesn't really think that far ahead in
Yeah.
wrestling. Like it's kind of just a fucking beautiful car crash.
Yeah.
You know, they don't think about like, oh, we've introduced a chair now. How the fuck are we gonna fucking like one up that with our back
Yeah.
end falsies?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And sorry, just jamming. And so like yeah, so like they just pick things up. They just do things that they've either seen from old veterans that they didn't, and then the old veterans didn't know what they were doing and passed
Yeah.
through. You know, oh fuck it, just pick up a chair and hit them with it. Like they'll get a good pop. You know what I mean? And that was the thing when that guy
Yeah.
fucking brained me. Lucky I put my arm up, and then as soon as he hit me, he looked at me and he was like, because I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was fucking beyond angry because he
Yeah.
could have killed me. If I hadn't put my arm up, I probably wouldn't even fucking be here. It was that hard.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And like it hurt my fucking elbow and stuff as well. That doesn't matter. But like, so I got up and I looked at him. I was like, bro, what the fuck? And he, in his face, he could see that he had done wrong.
Yeah.
So if he knew then in that moment that he had done wrong,
Yeah.
then why did he do it in the first place? They just get excitable. You see what I mean? And they get insecure that the crowd's not reacting, so they have to do something to fucking elicit a pop.
Yeah.
It always happens. And another example of that is when people make noise in wrestling. I always tell you about it.
Yeah.
Like you
Échale!
Échale, venga! Or not even that, like when you're in like the States or like in New Zealand or something,
Yeah.
people will just like make random fucking like weird movie quotes. Get up, boy, I'm about to finish you. That's like, who fucking talks like that, dude? What are you talking about? Nobody talks like that. Get up, boy.
Or stay down.
Stay down.
Stay down.
You've made a big mistake.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
who speaks like this? Like you're fighting somebody, man. Like what
Yeah.
the fuck? You're not a movie action hero. But like that stuff, because the crowd's not reacting, you get uncomfortable within yourself, so you have to like make noise yourself. That's
Yeah.
where it comes from.
Yeah.
Like that's what it comes from. And sometimes I do it as well. Something comes out of my mouth, I'm like, what the fuck did I just say? Like you know what I mean? What am I saying? Get up, boy. You've made a bad mistake this time, dude. You're about to pay the price. And then your finisher name, and then it gets reversed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that. Anyway,
Oh, it's pretty funny.
what's
Okay,
the
next one.
fucking next question you have
This
for us?
is a good one.
Okay, hold on.
I
hold
like
on.
this question.
Who's it from?
I don't know. I just wrote the questions down.
Oh, okay. All right.
What's your go-to Starbucks order?
Oh, fuck. What's the one that you got me the other day?
A caramel macchiato.
Caramel macchiato. But it's the caffeinato.
You like, yeah, and you have to have leche de lactosada.
Leche to the lactosado. That's because I will shit
Yes.
on the floor in Starbucks.
Yes. So.
No, well, yeah. So like, I have like caffeine in the morning, but I don't like to have it too much of it during the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's decaffeinated. So it's like yeah.
Yeah. Oh, or sometimes you do have a cold brew though.
I do
If
like
you're-
I do
yeah.
like a bloody
You
cold
do
brew. I
like
tell
a
you,
cold brew.
I
You
like
do
the
like a
bloody
cold
I like the bloody coldness, especially here in the heat. So
Yeah. I have a few go-to Starbucks orders. It really depends on my mood. So I like it when they bring out their like limited edition Frappuccino.
oh,
I'll always go
frappes.
for one of those, especially if it's more like a chocolatey based one.
Oh yeah.
I love a mocha. I'll always go for a mocha because I just think mocha guaranteed quality.
Yeah.
And then my go-to order, always, always, always in the UK, was sorry, I just was thinking. I had a mind blank for a moment. Was a latte, a skinny latte with a sugar-free syrup. And I just realized that they have sugar-free syrups here now. So I've had that for the past couple of days.
Yeah.
Like one coffee that I had when I was in Guadalajara, and one coffee when we went to Starbucks yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was like memories. It was like
memory in the bloody
it was
cup.
like drinking my youth.
Yeah. Buenos recuerdos.
Sí.
Buenos recuerdos.
Exactamente.
Good memories.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So that and don't get the fucking avocado toast from Starbucks. It's the smallest thing I've
It
ever
was
seen.
so small.
It was like a little cracker.
Like
of
I
bread.
couldn't believe it, and they could just kind of threw the box at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the fuck is
Take
this?" It was like 2 crackers
Yeah.
on toast.
Okay. Next one.
Okay. Ready for this one?
Uh-huh.
Are you ready for this one?
Uh-huh.
You best get this right. Who's better at Uno?
The last
Me
one,
or
the
you?
person that won all the games last time.
So me.
No, it was me. I was
Me.
the one.
No, it
You
was
were the
not.
ones before.
No.
Yeah.
You were no. I've been dominating you. I dominate you all the time at Uno.
Oh, I'm glad you specified with Uno. I was like, where's she going with this?
I just dominate you all the time
Dot.
at Uno.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay to say it. Do you want to just say it for the people?
No.
You just say it for the people.
No, I
if
don't
you
want to.
Just
No.
and then we can move on. The quicker you say it, the quicker we move
But
on.
I won all those games last time.
No, you wouldn't like maybe some, but I always. It's either a draw or I kick your ass. So, I think you should just say it.
All right, moving on. What's the next question?
That's a
I will
cop
not
out.
concede.
What is your favorite move to do in wrestling? I guess in your moveset, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe my tope.
Oh, cool.
My lope.
Your lope. You like doing that one the most.
Yeah, I've got a fucking dangerous lope.
You do have a dangerous lope.
To all the non-wrestling fans out there, to my parents that don't know what I'm talking about, that's probably listening to this.
And Neil.
And Neil, it's where I run. The person's on the outside of the ring, afuera. El ring. Sí. And I run to the opposite ropes, and I come back, and I launch myself out between the first and second ropes.
Yeah, you do that.
And I destroy the person that is in front of me.
Yeah.
That's
And you really do. You wiped so many people. What about that guy that was at the Taniba show? And you wiped him out and he went,
I was like, are you okay? He didn't say anything. I thought he was dead. I was like, oh, fuck.
I get it though, you're dense.
Yeah, dense.
The thing is, when we used to do BJJ back in the UK, and we used to have to spar together, and all that Trav would do in the sparring rounds was he would just get on top of me. And
yeah, go on.
Oh please, let's be tactful. He would just get on top of me, and then I just would not be able to move.
Yeah.
Like I could not do anything to like get out from what's it called?
Side control.
No, but more in like you were like in my guard, but on top of me, but I couldn't like.
Yeah.
You know.
Just full guard.
Oh yeah, you were just in full guard.
Yeah.
and it was the worst. I just felt like I was suffocating for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like the other guys, I think they were just like there'd be more movement, and I could like try and pass them.
Yeah.
Just there's just nothing I could do with you.
Yeah, they used to call me the bloody dense Kiwi, the dense ball.
Were you trying to think of something a little more creative?
Yeah, I
Then?
couldn't think of it. The pressure got to me. Stop it. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh,
Okay, moving on. What's your favorite move? Sorry.
my favorite.
Let me guess. Hold on. You're jumping clothesline.
I actually really do like doing that, to be honest. But I like doing it more now, just as like a big running lariat rather than the seated one where they're sitting down. Because I do like doing the seated one, but it kind of I don't know. It feels like a bigger impact when I do it like running, like in a double down spot or something. Um, I actually really enjoy doing that. I love planning that. I love doing a good German as well with a good person.
Sorry, I just yawned my head off.
I know it felt like you wasn't really responding to what
No,
I
I
was
was
saying.
listening.
I was
But I
like,
can feel it
fuck,
coming. It's going behind my eyes.
this wall's giving me good conversation here.
Okay, what's next?
What is something important for all wrestlers to learn and understand?
Okay, to mind your own fucking business. Stay out of my foot. No, I don't know.
I was a little bit lost for words then.
Just angry. Mexicans changed me. Oh no! Oh. Patience. It will be a good one.
Patience.
I think
Have
that's
a little
patience. What song is it? Guns
It's
N'
Take
Roses.
That.
Oh, Take That.
It's Take That.
I thought you were trying to say Guns N' Roses.
Oh my god, the complete opposite of a band. Is that Guns N' Roses? No, baby, just Take That.
Take That.
All I do each night is pray. I don't know.
We did a fucking burger. We did a burger festival we haven't talked about the other day.
Oh, that
We
was
did a
so
food
cool.
festival.
Yeah.
And we wrestled there, and we got into the VIP room.
Yeah. And one of the organizers was there, and he just kept on bringing in these like mini burgers for us.
Mini burgers,
That were
cookies.
like the best burgers
Yeah.
I've ever had.
Cookies,
drinks. He gave us a whole big bottle of tequila.
Not that we drink it.
Not that we drink it, but it's
but
a really
some
nice
lucky
ship.
person's gonna get it as a gift.
Hey, don't say that.
Oh, okay, sorry. They'll know now.
It'll ruin the surprise. When we take it home for your parents at Christmas, they'll be like, "Oh, thanks."
That was in episode fucking 12 or whatever it is. I don't know. Yeah, but the reason that I brought that up was because that the other guy that was one of the organizers,
Yeah.
he had to take that tattoo.
He had to take that tattoo.
I
And me and him were vibing so hard over Take That.
A Mexican guy to take that tattoo. It's so funny. Anyway. Yeah, so have a little patience, because this isn't an overnight success game. This is where you
I'm just going.
Okay. I'll carry on then.
You give your wise advice.
Okay, yeah. So it's a long-term game. You know, it's Shawn Michaels wasn't Shawn Michaels overnight. Taker wasn't Taker overnight. You know, it's a long process. Make sure you get the basics like 100%. Like I cannot stress enough how much just learning the basics really well will get you really far. Have a good attitude, obviously. That's like anything. Ask questions. Be curious about everything. If you want to learn something, ask questions. And just go out and work. People need just more reps under their belt. And I know this is like cliche stuff to say, but it's so important. But yeah, patience, because I say this to Jess all the time because you sometimes have those days you're like, why am I not where I want to be? And it's not really, you shouldn't be stressing about that. You should just be prepared for whatever opportunity comes your way, and then when that opportunity presents itself, take it with both hands. When I went to the UK, when I went to the UK first, I was just prepared. I had trained in Japan. I went to America and did a tour. I was in like the best shape possible. And then when an opportunity like the stuff that I got in UK, like the Fight Club Pro stuff and the progress they've came about, I was ready to go. I had been waiting for that for so long. And I think that's just the best advice. Just be ready for your opportunities. have patience, and just know that as you keep pushing, like, and even when you're in those downtimes and you are like in those patient moments, like keep pushing for more. Always keep hustling and grinding for more, because this game isn't always about talent. It's also about who hustles the hardest. And I feel like that is one of my biggest strengths, is that I can hustle the hardest. After being cancelled and all that shit, like I could have just sat down and been like, "Where's my opportunities?" But I was like, "No, I have to go out and find them, because nobody's gonna fucking come knocking on my door anymore. So I have to hustle." What do you think?
I think that was very eloquently put.
Thank you very much.
And it's very important. It's right. And I think it's important to remember. It's just on the bad days, it's hard to remember.
Fuck yeah. Well, yeah. I think that's the hardest thing that we've been like dealing with a lot lately. Is like there's been a lot of broken promises and like stress and like worrying about work and how we're gonna do things and this and that. And those days are the ones that it's important to be um is when you hustle. We still go to the gym. We still
Yeah.
train just as hard. We still go training with CMLL. We
Yeah.
still are messaging people, trying to fucking make connections and stuff like that. And those are the days where I don't feel like doing anything.
All that we can do is try.
Well, that's the
That's
thing.
it.
Like for me personally now as well, it's like obviously after everything that's happened, and I hate keep saying it, but like after everything that's happened, like I just want to see where I can take this until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And why wouldn't I? Because this is my fucking career that I created, that I've worked hard for. Like, who the fuck is anybody to tell me when I dip in and out of this? I think people like don't take wrestling seriously in a sense of like, oh, these people could just get like when Speaking Out happened, everyone was like, these people need to be out of wrestling. It's not that simple. This has
Yeah.
been my whole life. Like, I think some people can just look at wrestling and go, oh, that's just silly. That's just something he can just give up or do as a hobby.
Yeah.
It's not something that's seriously like his whole life. No, it is. I wake up, it's all I fucking like think about.
Yeah.
Like, where am I going next? What am I doing? I've got to train. I've got to make opportunities, create this, got to get new gear, got to this and that. I've got to fucking do my diet. You know what I mean? It's all for that. And like, it doesn't consume all of our life. Obviously, we still have personal stuff as well. But like, it's not that fucking simple just to step out of it.
The thing is, I think because in wrestling there isn't anything tangible. There isn't a certificate that says that you're disqualified in wrestling, or you don't have certifications, or you don't have exams to take, or anything kind of tangible like that. That people think that you can just get up and leave because it's not it's not something that is quantifiable in a sense.
Yeah.
You got 85% on a lucha libre exam, so that means you're a good wrestler, and that means this is a career for you.
Yeah.
It's just you go out and give it a go, but that actually doesn't mean that this isn't serious, that this isn't your life, that isn't something that have dedicated your life to. Just because there isn't an exam to pass, just because you don't have a certificate in professional wrestling and
Yeah.
and some kind of score to say that you're competent in what you do, it doesn't mean that it isn't a legitimate career.
Yeah.
And I think it's a very toxic message to have in society, that if you mess up, if you do something wrong, that there's no way back. I think in life, as humans, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes bad decisions. Everybody follows a path that maybe they shouldn't for a while. And the strength in it is learning, it's picking yourself up. It's about putting yourself back on a right path and doing better as a whole. And I think if the message in society is, well, even if you do all of that, there's still no way back, then what's the incentive for anybody to change, for anybody to do better in society, for society to get better as a whole, for a person to get better as a whole? It's just going to lead to more destruction in personal lives and in like a I think in a society that's already depressed, it's just gonna it's just gonna um, accelerate that even more.
Well, I think just I don't remember why we got onto this, but like I just think in that regards, because I think about like our situation in general. I just think that like it's so easy for people to point the finger and discard you because then it's just easier for them because then they don't have to do too much thinking. They don't have to like look inside themselves and think about the nuance of the situation and if they can agree or disagree. It's just easier to fucking throw somebody out. And I think that's through insecurity. Because if they start questioning those things, they're gonna have to question themselves and look at themselves in the fucking mirror.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they might find some things that they're not so happy about with themselves, and then they'll feel like horrible people, and they don't want to do that. It's easier just to fucking do away with it, throw it away, throw it away. But the thing is, what people don't realize is that we still have to fucking live our lives and still try and follow my dreams, our dreams, your, whoever's dreams it is, and carry on. And it's not, I don't know, and it's regardless if you agree with my certain issue or not, it's like it's it's past it now. We've dealt with that. It's in the past. It's been apologized for. Whatever. Now we have to fucking move on and fucking try and be a better person every day. You know?
Yeah. Do you know what though? I don't totally hate where we're at
No,
because it's we heard it on a podcast today that when you're at rock bottom you've got nothing to lose. That something being good is actually the biggest enemy of greatness.
Comfortability is also the enemy of greatness.
Yeah. Because when things are good, you're not going to chase what's great because you're scared of losing what's good. Being in the position that we're at right now, I did have to lose what was good in a sense of back in the UK, regular paycheck, security, house. Obviously, my Benji and my family's there and all of that is good. But if I really want to achieve
the best version
of myself, I had to leave.
Yeah.
But being at rock bottom for yourself helped us to do that because in a sense we didn't have any other choice. This is what we have to go and do.
And also too, what I said this to today actually. It's just funny that you said that and now we're bringing it up. But like, when we were before all this, like we kind of we always speculate what could have happened had like none of this happened, right? And had we never come to Mexico, had speaking out never happened, had whatever never happened, this or that in my career never happened. The thing is now, I wouldn't fucking change it because I've figured out who I am as a person. Whereas before, my authentic self, whereas before, I was fake vegan because all my friends were vegan.
Yeah.
I was fucking like, I was worried about what everybody thought. I was worried about what critics were saying on the internet about pro wrestling. And I was really fucking depressed in NXT UK because I was irrelevant. I just come off one of the hottest like indie runs into irrelevancy, and whether I like it or not, like that one, it was me, and two, it's just like, but that's the thing, like the reason that I had a hard time like acknowledging that was because, but because then I have to look into myself and be like, why am I not good enough to fucking do great things in NXT and NXT UK? Maybe I could have, I don't know, but I know that version of myself wasn't going to do great things because he wasn't his true authentic self. If it was me now, it's 10 times, it's 100 times different. Yeah. I'm a different person. I don't even fucking think the same way. I don't even drink anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't go out. I don't fucking, all I care about is what we're up to, what we're training, what we're doing towards our goals, and trying to fucking provide for like our life.
Our happiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was good, Bobs. I feel like you needed that.
Fine. I will probably just wrap up. We've got one more question.
One more. What is something you appreciate in a good friend?
Fucking hell, who's asking these questions? They're gonna fucking try to break me down. This is a therapy session.
They're actually a really good set of questions.
Yeah. Fuck. Like I mean, we've only got a few minutes left on the recording, but we can maybe get into it another time. But like, for me is okay. Oh well, fucking let's go off that then. When the fucking chips, I'm gonna just quote fucking John Bernthal. He says, he said like, it doesn't matter if your friend does some deplorable shit as long as you're there to keep them in check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the friends that have stuck around didn't fucking disappear on me. I've had a few friends in this situation be like, oh, I have to figure out my emotions before I talk to you instead of seeing if I was okay.
Yeah.
And like they just disappeared and worried about themselves and their own self-preservation instead of checking on me when I was at the worst place in my life. Now, I don't like. I wouldn't have minded had they just gone. You did something fucking shit, and I fucking like. I don't find that great, but like I'm still here for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's more important to me. And my best friend Luke, he would immediately when this went down, he was like, "Come around to my house."
Yeah.
He goes, "We'll talk about it. See
Yeah.
what's up."
Yeah.
Like to me, that's like just like when all the fucking bullshit, like no fucking, you don't have to be like somebody in wrestling. You don't have to fucking put up a fucking mask or whatever. That you're just your authentic self, and you just want to help out your friend. Like that's the most important thing to me in a friendship.
Yeah. To me as well, it's just like it's just caring. It's just feeling like you care about somebody as a friend. You know, you're not messaging to get something out of them. You're not messaging because you perceive that they're doing well. You're not messaging because of some kind of power play or something like that. You just genuinely care about each other. You know, you just care to check in. You care to know what's going on in their lives.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously that works both ways from us as well. You know, I think about like my friends from home, Chim and Maisie,
Yeah.
and Sammy as well, and Beth, my brother's wife.
Yeah.
We don't speak to each other all the time. You know, sometimes go ages without speaking, but we'll always check in with each other, and like there's never any falseness there. We have security in our friendships,
Yeah.
and I'll just be able to message them and go, "Hey, catch me up on your life because I've not messaged you in a while," or we'll send each other little things, or just commenting on each other's stuff, and just little things to remind each other that we're still there for each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Another thing as well, you just remind me as well, is like, it, whatever you're like, if you're truly friends, it won't matter the time or like what it is. Like
Yeah.
me and Luke will just mess each other any time of the
Yeah.
day, and we'll just with whatever,
Yeah.
video games, whatever, right? One of my fucking best friends, like my lifesaver, fucking my karate sensei Paul.
Yeah.
I'll fucking voice note him a fucking 12-minute voice note. Never a problem. Never a bad time of day. He's like, I'll listen to this.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
And he'll message me back with a fucking even longer voice note.
Yeah.
You know, there's no
Yeah.
excuse. Like it's just like, yeah, I'll make time for you.
Yeah.
Prioritize.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's other people that you try and reach out to all the time. And you make the effort, and then they just fucking and you. It's like you're chasing them. You're like, well, dude, fuck, I'm trying here. You know.
Yeah, I think this in this time, I really appreciate the good people in my life,
Yeah.
and I would like to think that if any of those guys came to me with an issue, like say they did genuinely feel like I haven't checked in with them for a while, and they were like, "Hey, I've not heard from you,"
Yeah.
that I could be like, you know what, I'm really sorry. That was shitty of me. I care about our friendship.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Wow, you know my fucking thoughts about friends. Yeah, it's this has been more of a deep episode. I didn't expect this when we started this. I'm gonna go cry into my pillow to break the tension. So.
It's funny because it's true.
But
No.
but the thing is, Mexico has shown us
Yeah.
a lot of importance on friendship, like on people who are genuinely truly there for us, check
Yeah.
in all the time.
Well, I tell you one thing that I actually appreciate in a friendship, feeling like I can be my authentic self. And there's nothing that really goes, that's not on anybody else. That's just a feeling of comfortability in a friendship that I can just be who I am.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I was looking at the time. I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be way too long.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. We've already been talking for too long.
All right. Thanks, guys, for listening to this episode. We really appreciate it. Sorry that it's been so long, but if you could give us a like, share, subscribe, comment, it helps with the algorithm. And if you're on Spotify, leave a fucking rating system. Leave a fucking star rating, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
because there is a rating system.
There is a rating system, and that actually means something. No,
And subscribe to the YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah.
Ring the bell. Ring that
the
bell.
bell.
Ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-ling-ling-ling. I don't know.
I'm just emotionally charged. We're gonna get out of
You
here.
can tell I get insecure with my jokes. So I'll go,
I
don't know.
don't know.
I was joking.
All right, guys. If you just want to do a sign off in Irish Spanish for us,
Right there. I can do it in Irish. I don't know if I can do it in Irish Spanish.
or can you do it in English Spanish?
Instagram.
Nos vemos pronto.
No, nos vemos pronto. todos. Bendiciones a todos. Y saludos a todos. Y sí. Adiós.
Adios, muchachos. Bye.
Bye. Adiós.